thousands of students have gone back to college and university campuses on Vancouver Island, and many of them have come back sinking ever deeper into debt. Student loans are a painful reality for thousands of people across the country, but students studying in BC say that our province is letting them down more here than anywhere else. CTV's Andrew Johnson has more on what the opposition's calling for and why some students are backing them up.
It's only the second week of school at the University of Victoria, but these students walking to class already know what they'll be facing when they step into the job market.
Everybody I know who has graduated is still paying off their student loans like 5 years after.
Just because you're walking out at the end of 4 years with an undergrad doesn't mean you have a job or a way to pay for it.
They're not calling for free post-secondary, but support Opposition Leader Adrian Dix, who was at Camosun College today. He's pushing for the return of non-refundable grants that were axed in 2004 to help lighten the student debt load.
It is crucial to the economic future of our province to have a well-educated workforce. As the government's own labour market analysis shows, 80% of the jobs of the future, or almost 80%, will require some form of post-secondary education.
He proposes to pay for the grants by reinstating a minimum tax on financial institutions. The University of Victoria Student Society is backing Dix 100% and striking out with its own campaign called WTF. Where's the funding? The UVSS says students here pay the highest student loan interest rates in the country.
They're collecting 2.5% above prime is the rate of interest on student loans right now when they're borrowing at under 1%. British Columbia is the only province in Canada that doesn't have a provincial grants program.
But BC's Minister of Advanced Education describes a very different picture. Naomi Yamamoto says BC has one of the best student aid packages in the country, the fourth lowest tuition rates in Canada, and the third lowest student debt. She also points out the province targets areas with shortages in skilled labor and forgives loans.
If they're in nursing and midwifery, if they've studied to be a doctor in underserved regions.
Yamamoto says she doesn't need any help from the NDP leader, and neither do students.
I don't think I'm going to take any programming advice from Adrian Dix, and I would suggest that the students not take any financial advice from him either.
Andrew Johnson joins us now with more. Andrew, the two sides are throwing out some conflicting numbers, aren't they?
Seems that way, Hudson. How's this for an example? The Advanced Education Minister says the average student in BC graduates with just under $21,000 in debt. Adrian Dix and the NDP say the figure is $27,000. For what it's worth, students we spoke to today seem to be siding with the NDP, but to be fair to the Liberals, anyone who suggests easing student loan pressures is going to be popular on campus.
Andrew, thank you.
You're welcome.